In this episode of the video, I will share with you the footage taken on my revisit to the Temple of Dush. It includes the scenes of the courtyard of the French Institute of Oriental Archaeology and drone shots of the Temple of Dush and the fortress. As you get close to the new village of Dush, you will see the ruin of a mud brick temple towering on the western slope of the hill on the right-hand side. The old man I met last year and his 2 dogs are no longer here. And this time I was received by another equally kind old man. He allowed me to enter the courtyard of the French Institute of Oriental Archaeology for a short visit. The courtyard is planted with trees, and the walls of one of the rooms are inlaid with various colored glass, which adds a little spice to this lonely desert, and it is really French. When sunlight shines through these stained glasses to cast neon colors indoors, it must be beautiful there. Unfortunately, due to the strong wind that day, there were great challenges when using drones to shoot, and only part of the video was recorded in the end. But I believe they are still valuable sources for the audience to refer to. It is worth mentioning that I also found an ancient Roman coin while passing by the ruins of the cemetery outside the pylon of the Dush temple. It was a bonus. The information about the Temple of Dush and the fortress has been covered in the previous 3 episodes, and will not be repeated in this episode. I only explain what is newly observed. You can clearly see that this mud brick temple has a vaulted dome. From an aerial perspective, we can intuitively understand that the first pylon and the first courtyard of the temple were built later than the second courtyard and the Holy of Holies. As mentioned before, the further out the temple is, the later it was built. Only the older second court and the Holy of Holies are located within the fort. You can see the unique vaulted dome possessed by the sanctuary. Such structures are rarely found in temples in the Nile Valley. You can see the paintings from the Roman era are still well preserved on the wall in the backyard of the temple. It is a three-dimensional geometric decorative pattern. As with other temples of Greco-Roman times, drains were built on the roof of the temple, except that there were no lion statues as decorations. Go through the corridor on the east side of the second courtyard to the backyard of the temple. Here on the wall, you can see the scene of the Roman emperor in the image of the pharaoh offering sacrifices to Osiris, Isis, and Ammon. Walking on these dunes full of pottery shards, the crunching sound of pottery shards rubbing against each other is heard under your feet. As I crouched down to tie my shoelaces, a little green thing caught my attention. When I picked it up, it turned out to be an ancient coin full of patina. On the side of the coin, the head of the Roman emperor is still faintly discernible. Sadly, it is not yet certain which emperor it is. I guess it was one of the two emperors, Trajan and Hadrian. This Roman coin I came across led me to believe that there must be undiscovered treasures buried under the dunes here. If it were for the time to rush to Luxor, I might have stayed here a little longer to continue my treasure hunt. Bade farewell to the Temple of Dush again and set out on the road to Luxor.